What are these convolutions? Okay, so convolutions are mainly used for like getting the temporal information, like I mean a spatial information, to be precise. Spatial information, what it does is like in case if you have take a kind of like image or maybe a time series signal, so where you'll have like things like this, right? So what you can see is something like this. So let me draw some example here. So if you see a time series signal, like it will be somewhere like this. Okay, so like let's say our intention is to capture the spikes or like how varying it is. So if you take only single point at a time, will you be able to like capture that like variation? So is it increasing suddenly or not? That you won't be able to capture it. Like let me give some values here. So 10, 20, 15, 20 again, like this is 18, this is 30, this is 5, some 10, and let's say it is like this. Okay, so you see this variability, right? Like if I write it in an array, so this is what you have. So this is what is given to you, and it won't be anyway because it's in a numerical form. This is what you have, and from this you have to identify a sudden spikes around. So where I mean like fault identification is one of example which I have discussed, right? Something similar to that. Okay, or maybe in for stock prices like prediction and all, like you need to have the information of previous values, the history of values. So it means the neighborhood of these values are needed. Okay, for that what you do is instead of passing like one each time, so you can use some filters. So filter can be here, it's a one dimensional object, right? So you can have filter like this, something like this. So 2 minus 1, let us say this is your filter, 2 cross 1, sorry, it will be 1 cross 2. Okay, dimension this way. So this is your filter. Okay, so for this what you do is in case if you apply this to this matrix, what will happen is, so initially let's say like this. Okay, let me write it here. 10, 20, 15, 20, 18, 30, 5, 10, 5. Okay, now you are applying this filter. What is that filter? Let me first, let us say it is here 2 minus 1. So this multiplication happen and this multiplication will happen, and both will be added and you'll get a value. Okay, so what is that? Let me write it here. So this is output. Okay, let okay, I'll add more boxes if required. So what will be the value here? Like 20 minus 20, 0, right? Now like you can move this window. Okay, this is your window. This window you are moving here. Okay, now let me have that window immediately at this level. Okay, I'm not skipping anything. Now this will be 2. Let me write it here, 2 comma minus 1. Okay, so now 2 into 20 and 15 into minus 1. Okay, it will be 40. 2 into 20 plus 15 into minus 1. So 40 minus 15, which is 25. Okay, so this will be 25 here. So this output comes here. Okay, like that, this is your filter window, which you are moving across like all these values and getting your output vector. Okay, so this is your output of your convolution. Let me quickly write these values for others as well. Uh, 2 minus 1, so which will be like 30 minus 20, it is 10. And now this is 2 minus 1. If you go further, 40 minus 18, it is like 22. So now 2 minus 1, now here it is. So 36 minus 30 is 6. So 2 minus 1, now here it is 60 minus 5 is 55. So here it is 2 minus 1, it's 10 minus 10, 0. So here 2 minus 1, which is like 20 minus 5 is 15. So you can see it is quite shorter than your previous value, your input value 1, 2, what it has is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You have 9 by 1. Sorry, 1 cross 9. Let's say 9 is your dimension here, and here your dimension filter dimension is 2, and you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 is your output vector. Okay, input. This is filter. Okay, this is how convolution will happen. So the formula, like there is some formula for describing like how will be your output dimension. So that is your output dimension equal to, so input dimension. So let me call it W here as a width, and this is W out. So what you have is W out equal to W minus here there is a filter, right? So that filter, let's call it F. Okay, so minus F. And there is something like you can do pooling, like once you get it, like you can have some kind of a pooling mechanism. There is a concept of pooling where again it's a windowed approach. So what it will do is like let's take this way: 0, 25, 10, 22, 6, 15, 0, 15. Okay, so instead of having this dimension, till here it is this, right? So there is no change. And in case if you skip, like let me talk about pooling later. So in case if you skip, like instead of here, what we did is like every filter we moved it only by one size one. Okay, so in case if you move it like further, like by size 2, 3 like that, then it will be like different. Okay, so then you will have divided by s, like instead of like moving by 1, in case we move by 2. Okay, so from here instead of having this, it will be this. So and it will be this, like it will be this again, like this computation won't happen. So what will happen in case now it is like this, right? So now it will be only these things, like in case if you slide skipping 1. Okay, so then your vector will be like the output dimension will be half, right? So that will be represented by this s. Okay, so this is called stride. Anyway, we'll explain it in next session, like how what is striding and all. So don't worry about it. Similarly, there is a concept of pooling where you what you do is again, like if you take like filter size 2, so it will again make it like this. Okay, so in these, like you can take instead of 2 numbers, you can take a max. If it is max pooling, you can say like what is a maximum number within that. Only take that, and from here again, so what is the maximum number within this, and 25. So now this one, so what is the maximum number? It is like 22. And what is the maximum number? 22. 15. This is 15 again. This is 15 again. So your output dimension is even reduced, right? So this reduction again like can be seen by keeping something like this. W out will be F minus plus 2P by S. Here 2P is like how much is a filter of your pooling. Okay, so this is how like you finally decide your output size. The same, like now we have seen like one dimensional, right? So this is only a single dimensional. So let's extend it to 2 dimension. How it will be 1D convolution. This is okay. So if you extend it to 2D, so what will happen is I don't want to again compute all this, like if maybe I hope you get an idea, like I will show you pictorially like how it will be. So if it is 2D convolution, in the sense like your output will be 2D. Okay, so sorry, your input is 2D. So for this input 2D, what you do is you will have a filter and you will slide that filter by steps again. Okay, and here again here, and maybe if you want to skip, you can skip from here to here directly by keeping a stride value, some value. So that way again, now this side. So previously it happened only horizontally, this filter shift. Now it will happen horizontally as well as vertically. Okay, so that is what like 2D convolution is. So here if it is W, it is H. Similarly, your output will be like if you take the same filter size is F and then the same notation, your filter size will be, so your output size will be 2P by S. Similarly, your h, let's say if it is h naught, okay, your output, so h minus f plus 2p by s, it will have the same formula, just that we are extending from a singular dimension to a two-dimensional, where your filter will also have two dimension here. So if you extend it further, okay, to three-dimensional, okay, so if you extend it further, what it will happen is, so okay, so actually there will be a 3D, okay. Okay, so it means you have W, you have H, and also you have D is a depth. Okay, previously it is WH, here it is just W. Okay, now it is WH and D. So previously your filter is only 2D. In this 2D input, like filter is 2D. If it is a 1D input, filter is 1D. Similarly, if it is 3D, it will be a 3D filter. Okay, so your filter will also be like this. Okay, so your filter will also be something like this. So this, it will, like entire 3D structure, it will move here to all the places, and you will get an output. Okay, so that is how you will be getting a final output. So, and this output again, like the dimensions are same. So if it is a single filter, you will be getting, because like you are multiplying entirely and you will add all these layers, you won't be getting a 3D output. Your output will be 2D. So you'll be having only these two here, so as a two-dimensional output. So we'll see it in an animation, like how the output will be, and the values will be again similar. It doesn't depend, only one change, like what you have from 3D 2D and 3D is like here it is like 2D value, 2D filter, and it's 2D, right? So here similarly 3D filter, it's a 3D object. Okay, so filter also is a 3D, and it will move across all dimensions, and finally you will add all the layers, like you the computation will be one only, right? Like you will be all like values what are within that cube, right? So you will add, and finally that you will be taking. Okay, so this is how like the convolution will be. So let